Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we find ourselves inside what looks like a Mercedes, and you wouldn't be wrong if you'd guessed that what it is. You would also probably have to guess what type of car it is. It's unusual, this one. It's one of the safety cars. We've used them before. There's a particular reason we've broken away just from the Spa tests at the moment. We're going to use a car around the 24-hour circuit of Le Mans for a special announcement today. I'd like to introduce you to the car of choice for today's video. This is the AMG safety car. With a skin shod by JB Designs. JB has again painstakingly painted another livery on a car for us, but this time it's for a particular event. We are going to be doing on the channel this year the full 24 hours of Le Mans. We will be doing it as a team of 3, or I will be doing it as a team of 3. And I'm going to put 15 other opportunities out there for people to come on board with a team of 3 drivers and join us at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, a full 24-hour race at 1-to-1 timing. And if you want to come and join us, please do so. We have a couple of people interested already from the discussions of what we're doing, but there will be 14 teams out there for the chance to take them up. The first people to commit to me with a full application pack with their committed team and the information provided will be able to take part. So the dates are going to be for the 15th and 16th of June this year, the weekend of the full race, and the race starts in France at 4 p.m. That's in Central European time. It will start for us at 5 p.m. in the UK time. So if you're at the US and you're at the East Coast, your time will start roughly around midday, 5 hours difference to the UK. But let's go and take a look at the setup, and we'll talk about more as we go around the track. So today's race of choice is the Circuit of the Selves, which is Le Mans, the World Touring Car 700. As you know, the car of choice is going to be the safety car, the Mercedes AMG GT. We're going to be starting the race on racing mediums, and we've got a PP just underneath the target at 697.86. So racing medium tyres, as said, fully customizable suspension, set as default, nothing changed. Fully customizable diff, set to 555, the magic rear setting. All the downforce on the front, all the downforce on the rear. Fully customizable ECU set to 100. Customizable manual gearbox set to 350, nothing changed. High RPM turbocharger, racing intercooler, air cleaner, silencer, exhaust manifold, brake system on racing, slotted discs, pads at racing, and we have a brake controller which we'll use if we need to. Nothing else added except for the clutch and flywheel, and you've got a tiny little bit to play with up there, 697.86. Let's get to the track. Now we'll do the usual formalities while we're here. Settings will be assist, traction control 1, weak ABS. Counter steer assistance on strong because we're technically grinding. Controller settings will be controller steering sensitivity 5, force feedback max torque 7, force feedback sensitivity 7. Now then, we don't know what's going to happen as we do at this race. We've been at Spa for a little while. This is a 30-minuter. So we're going to do 30 minutes. We've got the event to get whacked into there, and we'll see where we go. We'll see how long it takes. We'll see where we get to. Let's get in. So it's just 30 minutes out of the day of the race. We're going to go to fuel map 6, and away we go. So what are we doing the Le Mans event for? Well, since I set the channel up, there's been some key people that have really been part of the channel. They've helped me from the sidelines. They've bolstered me whilst I've been down. They've egged me on whilst I've been struggling. They've given me massive support in some way, sense or another, whether it be through just being a member, just being, you know, there at the critical times when the stream's got nobody on it and there's somebody watching and somebody commentating. You know, they've got somebody I can talk to other than just being me alone. And without those people, it's tremendously difficult. So, Big Popper, who is the person this is really trying to support, is a big fan of Make-A-Wish. He puts in many, many hours through the summer, using his own time, using his car to try and make the wish come true for those disadvantaged young kids. When I say disadvantage, I mean it means multiple different things. Disadvantaged, they're either poorly, sick, or haven't got an opportunity of a future, or are down on their luck through no fault of their own, and Make-A-Wish goes a long way to giving them something, you know, to look forward to and to remember. Making memories is the big thing. So we're going to aim to try and raise money for Make-A-Wish, and I know we will. For the entire month of June, I will promise, and it's not a promise, it's a guarantee, every single penny that I earn from the channel will go to Make-A-Wish and into this pot. So what we're also hoping to do is to generously take any donations given by anybody on the channel from the event. So that's the full 24 hours, including the qualifying, which will be slightly longer. But if anybody wants to generously give any money towards the cause, there'll be a QR code or similar on screen where you can make donations to. If money happens to make its way into my PayPal through the donations page, if it's the only thing you can find, which will be on the comments down below, that's where it's going to go. So the big thing we're going to try and do, or I'm going to try and do, is get 14 other teams into the event, each with 3 drivers. Now, you fully are aware, I hope, that GT7 does not have a team available system within it. It's for individual drivers. So unfortunately, anybody looking to make a team of 3 would have to have those 3 people in their same location with them to race on the same PlayStation at the same time. So you would be hot swapping whilst pit stopped, driver for driver, and there'll be plenty of time to do that. You know, the car will pull to a stop. Technically, you would have to wait for the car to stop before you can change drivers, if you want to play the game correctly, that is. But you would do that all the way through the 24 hours. You don't always have to be at the same venue, but the only place you can get steering and controller input is on that PlayStation that the team's entered on. So it's probably not the best platform to use. We could probably use others, but because we are primarily a GT7 channel, and we are also primarily using GT7 for virtually all the content that people know and love that I create, we will hopefully have, you know, use this platform to do it. And it's a fantastic circuit, it's a beautiful place to do it, and the cars there are appropriate. And that brings us to the car choice. We will have 2 classes of racing. We will have GT prototypes, GT1 prototypes of the modern era. So there are 8 of them in the game, and they're normally hybrids. And we will have 7 GR3 cars. Now, the team owner will choose whichever car they want to use. I would like to run a mixed classification of racing. We would therefore have two championships to basically get winners from. So as you would make the entry, you would choose what car you would like to use from the GT1 or the GT3 class. Now, in terms of the racing regulations, it will be bopped for the race. So it doesn't matter GR3 or GT1, they will be bopped to their own classification. I'm not 100% on the full regs of what we're going to do, but we're going to make a couple of things free. For example, wing downforce will be free, so you can deal with the rain, etc. The question is, you would have to make that choice at the start of the race. Oh my god, we've just gone straight on. Whooper duper. We're only in 6th place at this moment in time. Fuel's kind of looking dodgy. We might have to pit at the end of lap 2. Maybe. So back to the Make-A-Wish event. So with that being the case, GT1s, GT3s. At this time, I have got no understanding yet of what prizes I can offer, if there are going to be prizes, but what I'd like to hope and like to understand is that people would think this is about Make-A-Wish, being involved in the event. Oh my lord, we are rubbish. This is not the best car for this event, is it? We'll see if we can still make it win. So it's not about gaining prizes, it's about raising money for Make-A-Wish, but we have to have something, I feel, to attract drivers to do it. 24 hours is a long time, and I think there needs to be some reward, but I don't want that reward to overtake the reason for racing, because we're not going to entertain people squabbling and haggling over corners and prizes. It's going to be gentleman racing as we do every week. Rubbing racing is fine, but any more than that's a bit ridiculous. Anyway, back to the good points. We will be doing a qualifying event a little bit ahead of the schedule. I'd like to do that to make sure everybody's in the same venue. We have two options. We can run 3 qualifying sessions the weekend before on the Saturday at 1 o'clock, at 2:30. Oh my. Sorry, at 1 o'clock, at 2 p.m, at 3 p.m, we will have 3 45-minute qualifying sessions. Driver 1, driver 2, driver 3, and it doesn't matter which pot you end up in, because at the end of the day, we're going to have to pit now. The fastest times will qualify for whatever, so you'll enter as your team. I'll know which team you're in because we'll come to the application process in a moment. But what we'll aim to do is we will try to gather everybody together in those qualification groups and see who sets the fastest lap. Now, whoever it is from that team that sets the fastest lap, they will get the opportunity to take the pole on the grid. So all 3 times will count towards the qualification, but it's just whether and how that comes to the process. So you'll qualify in your car of choice, and it will be based on where you finish. So if a GT3 finishes ahead of a GT1, that's the way it happens on the grid, but one would expect not. Just as we wait for car to arrive in the pits, we're in 10th place. We're not doing tremendously well, are we? That's why this is a safety car, one would expect. But anyway, that's qualifying. We're going to do that, I think, the Saturday before or the Sunday before. We might run a series of events on the Saturday and the series of events on the Sunday during the day. We'll have to see how that goes, but I'll confirm those events for you. Now we're talking about the application process. So the application process will consist of an email that contains a set of the race rules and your commitments and obligations as somebody entering or wanting to participate in the event. So of course there'll be the usual stuff about what competition means, etc. And you've seen it. Anybody that races on GT7 signs up for stuff, and you agree to drive safely, etc. And that's just the formalities. The rest of the bit is a little bit of formalities for me, something to give me something. So I intend to commentate the entire 24 hours, apart from a few small times where I am away from the microphone because of needing to abloot, I think is a good word for it, take a shower, eat food, use the bathroom, organisation, resetting the electric in the house, whatever happens. So with that being the case, I would like from each team just some details about yourselves as drivers, what your history is, your age, a general location. So if you are from America and from Houston, just tell me so. Please don't give me a home address. I don't need any of that until it's time for winning prizes, and I'll do that after the event. However, I will use those details as bios so that when you're racing, when I'm commentating, I can give you a good shout out, let people know who you are, give a good little synopsis of what you do, and I can talk about you. There's also a further opportunity for people to come on board and have an interview. If we want to do some live interviews from the pit lane, you've just finished the stint, it'll give me the opportunity to give you a chat to you, understand who you are, understand your feelings from the race, get a little bit of an overview of what happened in those stints. Something a little bit media-y, make it a bit like a proper TV programme, if you see what I mean. I can do my Murray walk a bit, and then I can do my, you know, pit lane walk, etc. To enable all that to happen, we're going to need the teams to be in PSN chat, and with that you'll need to be on my friends list, because I'm going to set up a specific password, a specific chat room. That chat room will allow us to just have some privacy whilst we go into these events, and you will also just understand that that chat room access only comes with access to the race. But with that, we'd like you to have PSN available on a mobile phone in the room of the server racing, and to be available for us to be able to do the chat. Oh, here we go, there's a little bit of traffic going on. They're not on racing tyres. They're on racing tyres, aren't they? We're on wets. It's just getting wet for us. This is good. But we're going to make some progress. Just shove that Swifty out the way. So what I generally like to be able to do is take the opportunity. We have 45 drivers. We have 24 hours. So I should be able to cover at least 2 drivers an hour on a little bit of a chat, on a little bit of a breakdown. I might do multiple covers, so if somebody's going for a second session, I might have the opportunity. Oh my word, he's drifting through there. I might get the opportunity to interview you once or twice, see how you did later on, see how you did in an earlier event, etc. But that's what I'd like to do, and that'll keep me awake for some of the 20 plus 27 hours that we're going to need to dedicate to this process. So what will it mean then at the end of the day? If we... oh my lord, that came up so quickly. It must have braked there just as I was coming through there. Hula hula. Anyway, we're on our way. How are we doing for fuel? We've got over half. We're good. We keep going. We're into first place now. Terrific. Oh, come on. Away she goes. We haven't messed with the traction control, have we? We're just keeping on going. Yes, we are. They're into the pits. We're about halfway through the race. Lap 4 we're on to. Happy days. We will need to pit probably at the end of this lap, maybe. We'll see. 1.8 laps left. Onto the gravel. Everybody wins. Right, so what else have we got to talk to you about? So really, this is the official go live point of the Make-A-Wish 24 hours Widdowmaker Racing Tour of Le Mans, let's call it. I don't know, there's no real name made up. But the Le Mans 24 hours, call it Lemons, call it whatever you want. We're going to try and do it Widdowmaker Racing, and we're looking for 14 more teams to join us to do this event. So, all being well and good, on the Saturday, I believe it's the 15th of June at 5 PM UK time, we will kick off to start a 24-hour racing event. We'll do all sorts of stuff like a pit lane walk. We'll walk down first place, second place on the grid, have a chat through with people, make sure everybody's cool and sorted, get everything set up. So we'll need people to be around half an hour before the event starts. I don't believe I'll be able to put a feed on the screen from Le Mans, but we will definitely have it on in the room. We'll have a TV showing it. We will be racing alongside, and it'll also be good to try and compete with those teams. And that brings us to what weather and settings will the game be on. So the game will be on 24 hours, 1-to-1, full 1-to-1 tyre and fuel use for whatever car you're using. The refuel speed will be set to ×1. Tyre wear ×1. Refuel use will be set to ×1, so everything will be as such. And it's up to you how you schedule your drivers. So, being based where I am in the UK, there are probably 5 or 6 drivers that I know locally, and I am going to invite them along to come and take part, and they will take, a number of drivers will come and take a small session behind the wheel. And feel free to allow that to happen for yourselves. If you've got people that can only make it for an hour and they can help your guys have a break, we're not going to strictly limit it to 3 drivers, but we'd like to just have at least 3 drivers. If they want to, if I can let those guys have half an hour, 45 minutes, a stint behind the wheel to make it so and be involved, that's what I'd like to do. But if you haven't got the opportunity to get in a team, if you don't like people coming to your house that you don't particularly know, if you don't have what's the word? You don't have the confidence that you can have people in your house, etc. For whatever reason, please do not accept them in your house. And I'm quite happily accept solos for people that would want to have a good crack at this game and give it a 24-hour run all on your own. Massive challenge, and that's your own little event. And if you want to get sponsored to do that kind of thing and contribute to your own event or contribute to this one, that's entirely up to you and how you want to do it. We would like it all to be for the event and for Make-A-Wish, but if you're going to try solo it and do it all yourself, stay awake, run the entire race, that is quite an event. So you gain my respect. But saying that, folks, you don't have to be in the event to do that, because you have the custom race function, which is what we will be using effectively. If you wanted to do a custom race against the AI for 24 hours and run alongside us, you're all well and good and happy to do that, and you'll have our stream playing along on the corner of the screen as well. So feel free to do that and be involved somehow. We will have the usual chat, the usual streams. We'll dual stream both to Twitch and to YouTube. So current viewers out there, if you want to view, we'll be there for the whole probably 26, 27, 28 hours maybe. Because I'm sure the race just won't finish. There'll be chat after it. There'll be some washout. There'll be some announcement of winners, etc. We'll just have to see where it goes for prizes. I can't commit at this moment. I haven't told everybody we're doing it. This is where we're at. So 11 minutes to go of the race. We will understand where we are. The rear tyres are looking a bit shonky, but we need to check out. We've got enough fuel. We're probably coming to the end of the rain, which is good. I'll be able to change back to dry tyres very soon. So, I keep saying that. What else have I got to talk to you about? Yeah, so that's it. 24 hours of Le Mans. That's what we're going to do. Weekend of the 15th and 16th of June. If you want to take part, really, what you've got to do is get in touch with me. You can do that through PSN at Widdowmaker 10144. Join my friends list. Send me a message. Make sure you include an email, because I'll try and get an information pack together fairly quickly, fairly soon, and we'll get that sent out. It won't be immediate because I need to make sure we've got people coming along and doing the event, and I'll just get everything sorted. In terms of making your application, we do have JB Designs making skin for the cars. Now, I want to give you the opportunity to make your own skins, but there will be skins there on offer made by JB that you can download. But if you want to do something a little bit personal, I would only ask that you ensure that you use my logo, the Widdowmaker one, the Widdowmaker Make-A-Wish logo, which has been created by JB Designs, and the official Make-A-Wish. As for copyrights, etc., don't worry about that. We're using it for a money-making venture for them. Just do not change the logos. Whatever you use, please don't change them for Make-A-Wish. Keep them entirely as they are. The Widdowmaker ones, I'd also like you to just use them as they come. But any other branding, just keep it clean, keep it for TV, keep it for YouTube. No naked clad women, gentlemen, or animals up to no good, if you see what I mean. However, keep the eyes on the prize. How far ahead are we? We're 1 minute 14 ahead. We're about to go to the pits, aren't we? Well, we have a little bit of a drift. Yeah, we're about to pit and probably take some dry tyres. We'll get on the 7th lap, I think, for sure. So we will have to clarify some certain other things. What happens if... So we're 4 hours into the race, the UK has a power cut. We will, of course, know where we are because we've got the live stream, so we can flash back and look where we are. We will attempt to restart the server with the approximate amount of time left using the custom race function in the using the time settings within the lobby. If an individual team disconnects or has lag problems, we will not... We've run out of fuel. We will not be restarting the server for one team, but we fully understand that people will want to carry on just for the sake of a disconnect. Unfortunately, we've got 14 other teams to consider. I'm going to go to Inters because of the state of the track, and I'm going to take the fuel. Depending on the situation, we'd have to assess it. If more than 2 or 3 teams disconnected, of course, we would have to restart the server and re-go. But it would, of course, be based on a countback situation, and we would do it to, like, the nearest continuation of time. So if it went after 4 hours 15 minutes, we would probably lose 15 minutes while we did the reset, and then we would start with 19.5 hours to go. We'd set the clock to 19.5 or whatever we can do on the timing. Inters, yes, Inters is the right point. But again, we'll have to thrash that detail out as we go, because there will always be that chance or opportunity of a disconnect by the master server, which will be mine, the host, the lobby host, which will be my rig, my PlayStation 5. And we'll cover off any eventualities in the application process and race rules. But the idea is that we do have a gentleman's agreement. There's no need to sit and debate the process. People crashing other people off. If it seems to be deliberate, I will just kick the team and we'll go from there. If people are getting roughhoused and they're taking revenge, we will sort that out. However, the idea is that we get along, we have a great race. I can only imagine how this is going to go, and it would be absolutely phenomenal to see 2 racing teams battling in the final 15 minutes of the 24 hours and 2 cars come onto the final lap head to head, or within 2 or 3 seconds of each other, chasing each other down round the track, etc. Having been through 24 hours of wind, sun, rain, snow, darkness, hail, etc. And at the end of the day, we then give a sum of money to Make-A-Wish. Just for the legal side of things, it will all be done through certified accounts. There will be potentially be in my name. We will try and use a GoFundMe type organisation that will hold the cash, and the cash will be passed via secure means to Big Popper and his charity donation route, because the idea is that we support Big Papa and his charity raising direct to Make-A-Wish. So that's what we plan to do, that's what we're going to aim to do, and I'd really like whoever it is to be involved to come and make the event a thing. So I think the only things I'm going to say along the lines are is, whilst on the audio we keep it clean, on the network tour day, that is, on the PSN chat you can say as much as you like or whatever you do, but it's all about being that greater group of gentlemen and lady racers where we can have all that event type thing going on. So I just hope we can get enough people together to make it something that's going to happen, and it would be absolutely tremendous if we could get, I don't know, a couple of hundred viewers throughout the night and day to watch the event and show some sort of support. That'd be absolutely tremendous. Now, there are a few of you out there who have supported the channel that I haven't talked about today, and I would like to reach out to you and say, if you've been part of the channel and I haven't spoken to you and you want to be involved, please don't think because I haven't spoken to you directly you're not involved or not invited. Every single person is invited to take part by some form or means, but I can't make it possible for it to happen. Like I say, I'm going to try and host a team or maybe two from my venue, but they would have to be for people who can travel to get to me, and I will do whatever I can to provide sustenance and a place to sleep whilst you're here and a place to race, and it's up to you whether that's the case that you want to do and be part of it. I'm going to go in the pit lanes because my tyres are looking shonky. 50 seconds ahead, the rears are done, aren't they? Mediums, don't refuel. We should be good here, surely. Surely we should be good. It's a bit of a risky one. I can see the lead car coming up behind us. Yeah, we'll be fine. But yeah, we're on to the final lap, and it's all about the good things. Weekend of the 15th, 16th of June this year, 24-hour Le Mans. We're going to do it. We're inviting you to come and take part and to make the event what it can be. The ultimate GT7 LAN party for sure. You know, on the network. If I can have 2 teams racing in here and a third PlayStation set up for me to commentate through, to stream along, that would be absolutely brilliant. I don't really want to be spinning out of control in this Mercedes. Let's get to the dry line. Come on. There's the dry line. Come on, Widow. Not even trying, you're talking. They've gone to the pits, taken their tyres off. "24 hours of this would be tremendous." So as we just get into the start of the Mulsanne Straight, a massive shout out again to JB for making the skins for this car and for all the others that he's about to do. Massive shout out for Big Papa for the inspiration and the allowing me to do this on your behalf. A massive shout out to all those guys that involved in the weekly racing with the GR3 and the GR4 League. You've all been tremendous, coming along, doing what you want to do, getting stuck in. You know, if you come along to those races, you never even look like you're winning, but you're turning every week and you do your best. That's all I can ask for. But you're all welcome to come along and be part of the process. Secondly, in advance of them knowing anything, to GT Omega for supporting the channel and sponsoring. And we'll come to that later because that's the first time I've mentioned them today. But let's just keep that one up our sleeve for later. So, final 2 minutes taking part here as we come down to the end of here. I don't really want to do another lap. Don't want to do the 7th lap. I'm happy to do 6. Oh, we're on the 7th. I don't want to do the 8th lap. Wow, this car's absolutely atrocious. No, it's not. I think it's just not set up as a race car because it's a little bit pendulum-like. It's got too much weight at the rear. A lot of power going through the back wheels. Let's see if we can get through here on the slicks without messing up. Braking in a straight line at the change of colour of tarmac. So furthermore, other ways to contact me about the event. We have down below in my bio and in the description for each of these videos, you'll find a contact email for me. If you want to contact me through that email, please do so. It's a suitable way to get in touch with me. You can ask whatever you want. What we won't do is reserve spaces for people who haven't got the ability to run a team or do a solo. What I really wouldn't want to do is have 6 of the teams turn up to start the event, do 3 hours and then leave. That's not really what we're after. We're looking for teams that are going to go all the way. And I think you know that. I don't think anybody would generally want to do that, to be involved and do whatever. We will have some practice events, and the GR3 League will become a GR1 League very shortly. Oh my lord. Looks like we're going to need some practice as we take out all the signs. Oh, there we go. We're just going to take this to the finish, aren't we? Yes, Widdowmaker, stop messing around. And the time has ticked through. That's good. We'll get through the lap, we'll finish it and win it. There we go. It's a beautiful looking car. It's one I wouldn't mind owning myself, but not for this event. There you have. Safety car. Not very safe. But it does win it, and in tradition of the channel, any car I post a video will win the race. We win in a time of 33.17, 50 seconds ahead of Mr. Hayward. Fastest lap went to Mr. Portilla, a 4:17.273 on lap 2, and we lapped everybody from 10th onwards, including Mr. Portilla, believe it or not. Clean race bonus, 825k, absolutely. There you have it. And a 4-star ticket, just to make you feel wanted and loved. And there we have it, folks, the Make-A-Wish Mercedes GT safety car. And signing off from me today. Please do get in touch if you want to be involved, if you want to take part. This is it. This means 100% we are going to host this event if we can make it happen. So, a big shout out from me. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you on the next one and look forward to hearing from you. All the best, folks. Take care. Good night. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the